Welcome back to the Bernard Lee Poker Show here on April 26th. Hope everyone is doing well. And the world of poker is about to descend on Las Vegas in a month as the World Series of Poker is gearing up. Almost 90 tournaments during its almost 2-month stretch, of course, kicking it off with the Casino Employees event and going all the way to the main event, and then some what I call post-liminaries as well. But about a year ago, we had this gentleman on because he had won a event at the Pearl River Open. It was a tournament down in the Texas area and was really a great story for the world of poker. It was a scenario where his dream came true. David Hendrix, better known as Atom Bomb, won event number 4 at the Pearl River Poker Open. And it was a great story, a 264 entry field. But this now 31-year-old suffers from Werdnig-Hoffmann disease, which is better known as spinal muscular atrophy type 1. And unfortunately, we had gotten word that he wasn't doing as well. It's been much tougher over the last 12 months, and he is now even to the point where, unfortunately, he can't feed himself. And so his grandmother started a GoFundMe account for him to live his dream. And that dream is to go to the World Series of Poker and play in the 2021 event. Let me just kind of give you a quick summary of the GoFundMe. I'm going to put that GoFundMe in the bottom of this YouTube video, and then also online you can go to GoFundMe, and you can also go to David Hendrix. Unfortunately, there are a few David Hendrix on there, but if you search David Hendrix, you should be able to find it. The title will say, "Help me make my wonderful grandson's dream come true." Again, come to my YouTube page, Bernard Lee Poker, and find the video. It'll be, the link will be in the video description. But Mary Sandlin is David's grandmother and set up this. And basically, David goes on to talk about his disease, which they said he would be not be able to live past 2 years old. When he was about 6 or 7, he actually had a wish granted by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And at the time, because he was young, he thought it'd be so cool to fly in a helicopter. But unfortunately, after that date was set up, he got pneumonia and was hospitalized and unable to fly in the helicopter. Nevertheless, Make-A-Wish did say that because they paid for the fuel expenses and set up the day, unfortunately, they considered his wish granted, and he never got to fly. David's had a tough life. You remember from our previous interview, he's had many years where he's caught pneumonia, sometimes even double pneumonia, and been on a ventilator numerous times. And each time being on a ventilator is life-threatening for his condition. But without poker, he has said many times that you probably wouldn't be alive today because he loves the game so much. And when we interviewed him last April, he had just won this significant poker trophy at the Pearl River Poker Open. And he was interviewed by Poker News. I, of course, interviewed him on my show. And his dream is now, before he is unable, to go to the World Series of Poker. And so that's where the GoFundMe account was set up to cover his travel expenses, which of course will be significant. He can't just fly commercial. It's going to have to be driving or maybe even a set up a private flight. We're not sure, but of course, tournament fees and other expenses. This is not to play in the $10,000 World Series main event, people. This is just to play in some of the events, like a $500 buy-in, $400, maybe $1,000 buy-in. Yes, those sound significant to people who play in smaller events, but at the World Series, those are the smallest events. He is not trying to take advantage of buying in for a massive event. It's more for the experience and more for something that hopefully he will be able to remember for a long time. So I have David here with us. David, thanks for joining us real quickly. And we're going to show your story again this week on the show. But listen, I love having you on. You've always been a friend of the show, and you'll always be a friend of the show. And we'd love to help out any way we can. So thanks for coming on again, my friend.
Thank you, Bernard. I mean, you've been a lot of help. That's a lot of people. Everybody that's listening, thank you. I don't know what I would do without y'all. Like I said, like Bernard said, when I won last year, I got a taste of what it felt like to hit the top, but that's not the top. The top is ultimately in Las Vegas. And like he said, I'm not trying to play in a $10,000 tournament. I just want to experience what it's like to be there where the world's greatest players have played. And I can't thank people enough. I mean, it's been less than a week, and out of the $20,000 goal, it's already reached half. And I never would have thought that was going to be possible. But
Right.
that goes to show that anything's possible.
Right.
And I'm not giving up, not by any means am I giving up. I am declining health wise, but I will fight to the bitter end. And if there's ever been an underdog in poker, it's definitely me. But everybody loves the underdog story, and you never know. One day I
Yeah.
may be on top.
Yeah. Well, thank you to your grandmother for setting this up. Thank you to so
Yes.
many. One of my Run Good teammates, Preston McGoon, is helping out as well. Some other people as well, right?
Yes, Preston is actually one of the team members over the GoFundMe account, and Cody Stanford is one of the team members. And my grandmother, she has sacrificed 31 years of her life to keep me alive, and without her, I wouldn't even be here. So, I mean, everybody that's out there that sees me and loves me, they don't always get to see her. She's always behind the scenes, but
Right.
she's just as important or more than I am, because I wouldn't be here without her.
Well, it's phenomenal family support, friend support. We want you to go to the World Series and experience it. It's a dream of every poker player. So many people want to do it, and really want to make sure in the time where your health is still able, we want you to
Yes,
be able to go there.
that's definitely the thing, because time is not on my side. Um, I've never actually stopped to realize um, how fast life can just fly by. But whenever you are in the shape that I'm in, it seems to go by even faster. And
Right.
I'm just trying to knock this dream out the park before it's said and done. And I do believe, with all the support and everything that people are doing, that it's going to happen.
What is your, obviously dream is to go play. Any players that you're hoping to meet when you're out there?
I would love to meet Daniel Negreanu. Whenever he was on MySpace, I used to write him when he would do his blogs. He would be in his hotel, and this is before he won all the money and all that. Um, I would love to meet Phil Hellmuth. I've talked to him over Twitter. He seems to be a genuinely nice guy. I would love to meet him. I would love to play with some of these people, but even if I don't, just meeting them in passing would be awesome, because I grew up looking at these men like, I want to be like that. I want to be that good. And I wouldn't even try if I didn't think I was that good. You have to believe in yourself, Bernard. If you don't believe in yourself, then you don't even need to try to go for it. But if you believe in yourself, you can go a long ways. A
I love
long
it.
ways.
I love it, my friend. Listen, we're going to tell your story once again here on the Bernard Lee Poker Show, and I'll do my best to contact Daniel and Phil to see if we can get them to at least pop on over and say hi to you, my friend.
That'd be amazing.
I hope I see you out there at the series, and definitely go if you have the means and you are able, please listen to the story. Go on listen here, go on to the YouTube page to listen to his interviews as well, or watch his interviews. And I wish you all the best, my friend. When we return here, we will have my interview that I did with David a year ago, telling about his story here on the Bernard Lee Poker Show.
And one more thing.
Yep.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because Bernard is a great man with great content, and he pushes it out on a weekly basis. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you, my friend. Talk to you soon, everybody, and enjoy the interview.